Okay, hey guys. My name is Emmanuel. I also go by the stage name ODB because I do sing once in a while for hobby, for fun, because I like to. And today I just want to be talking about institutional trading and why it's important. Um, Taking a trip down memory lane, I've been trading for over 2 years. This is my third year. I started involving myself actively in the foreign exchange market in 2018. I was introduced to it by someone I knew, someone I know, and it did kind of catch my eye. But the first time I actually saw a chart live was from one of my roommates, and boy, did it confuse me. But I didn't. Little did I know that it's actually way easier once you get to understand the basics and the necessary things you need to understand. So institutional trading. First of all, I was introduced to the concept of institutional trading from one of my friends. If you follow my Instagram, I do like to sing with him once in a while. We do make songs together. Tremaine. He's also an institutional trader like I am, a smart money trader. And the catch, here's the catch. I actually introduced him into the like concept of forex of trading because I remember the day he asked me. He was like, then we didn't really even know one another, so he just sent me a DM when we were talking, and then he asked me, was like, how do you trade? And I was like, YouTube. Everything you need to learn is on YouTube. And he was like, all right, that was it. So after like 2 months, he texted me and he was like, um, have you ever heard of institutional trading? Like, yo, have you ever heard of institutional trading? And I was like, what's that? And he shared me a video, and that was how it all started. That was how it all started. I just got engulfed into the whole concept of institutional trading. And then I realized that I kind of have been trading on the wrong side. So, this is a piece of information that you need to know. If you're someone who is considering trading or considering going into Forex, you should understand that there are two sides of the market, the institutional side and the retail side. And no matter how much you try, we will always be on the retail side because we do not have nearly enough money to consider ourselves as institutional traders. The institutional side is made up of the wholesale of the market, which are the banks, the pension funds, the hedge funds, and so on and so forth. These are the people that have access to large pools of money. They are the ones who actually move price. They are the liquidity providers. They are the sharks. They are the big players in the market. And what is the difference between institutional trading and retail trading, and why is institution so important? That is because when you jump into forex for the first time in your life, believe me, there are people who enter the foreign exchange market and they don't know a dime. They just go in with their money, with their capital, throw it in, and lose it all. And there are various sayings in the market like 90% of traders lose money within 90 days of trading. And that's true. It's called the 1990 rule. But people don't always ask themselves, why do 90% of the people lose? I was always part of the 90%. But right now, most times I do break even and make a little more profit, and it steady grows because I'm beginning to understand the concept of institutional trading more and more and more because I always engulf myself in this. So the more you seem to understand that when you trade, you are not trading alone, that there are people trading against you, the better and easier trading starts to become for you. These banks and these liquidity providers, they have to trade against us. They just it's just part of what they do. Once we're buying, they're selling. Once they're if we're selling, they're buying. And if you've ever heard of this saying, if you cannot beat them, join them, that applies to forex perfectly, in the sense that forex is like surfing a wave. I've watched so many forex videos, and someone I learned from was Talionaire Ty. You can check out his videos. He was like, surfing is like a wave, and if you see a surfer, surfers never try to fight the wave. I mean, trust me, if you try to fight the wave, you will die. For reals. But I mean, that is just like the same thing applies to trading. If you try to fight the big banks, the only thing that dies is your trading account. Like it blows up, literally. And the only thing that we don't know is how fast would it blow up. So you can't fight these people. The smart thing to do is to trade with them, because if you can't beat them, you join them. That is why institutional trading is so important. When we firstly jump into the market, whatever through whatever means you jump into the market, maybe it's YouTube, maybe it's Wikipedia, maybe I don't know, whatever it is, and you're following all the news events, following everything all together, the forex group chats, everything all together, you're loading yourself with so much information that it becomes poisonous to you and you don't even know. I did that as well. Almost a lot of people still do that. And the truth is, for successful trading to work, it's actually very simple. It's not that complicated. Um, so first off, uh, you need to understand that, like I said earlier, we will always be on the retail side, and that's just how it is. That is fine. That's fine by me. It's fine by my guys who also trade. We're cool with being on the retail side, but we trade with the institutions. Now, how do you trade with the institutions? By identifying those key levels that they look at, looking at your chart, breaking it down, checking for the demand zones, the supply zones. What are those areas that these institutions are looking to move price from and move price into? That is what we concern ourselves with. And as I go on, I would be sharing my weekly analysis and showing some trades that I took as I go on. But for now, I just want to keep this first video as brief and as simple as possible, and to let you, if you don't know, understand the importance of institutional trading. So if you go into the market for the first time, you hear a lot of patterns like the head and shoulders, the inverted head and shoulders, the pennant, the flags. Now, trust me, you will see those patterns appear in price over and over again, but those are retail patterns. You shouldn't really be focusing your general attention to that direction. And there are a bunch of reasons why. You would also learn about chart patterns like the doji, the engulfing patterns, the three white crows, sorry, the three white soldiers, the three black crows, the shooting star, whatever it is. You shouldn't really pay too much attention to those per se. You should, as a trader, understand the meaning behind it, and then also look for other confluences to follow up with those patterns. You never trade them in isolation. So, with that being said, that basically is what retail and what institutional trading is. But for institutional trading, we don't really draw trend lines, use any indicators or any sort of those fancy stuff or EA programs. We don't basically use that. We just look at the areas that the the market makers are looking at and wait for price to get there and trade from there. So, if you were interested in knowing more about how we do that and how we also place those trades, And knowing, just generally knowing more, or you have questions about this institutional trading, please don't forget to like my video and comment below. And I will try to answer them as quickly and as fast as possible. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.